Well, good afternoon, fans, and welcome to the Armstrong Softball Field for today's doubleheader. Your Armstrong Atlantic State University Pirates taking on the Wingate University Bulldogs. Chad Jackson here to bring you the action. The Pirates come in at 19-4 overall. Pirates split 4 games at the Mid-South Classic in Spartanburg, South Carolina over the weekend. And today the Pirates are turning to freshman C.C. Campbell facing the Bulldogs today. Wingate 14-6 overall, coming off of a doubleheader sweep from Pfeiffer on March 1st. And for Wingate, starting game 1 of our doubleheader today, it'll be Miranda Paul. C.C. Campbell comes in, the freshman from North Carolina. 9-2 on the year, with a 3.14 earner on average. She won both of the Pirates games in Spartanburg this past weekend. Campbell's first pitch to Alexis Burrell, the shortstop for Wingate, is low for a ball. Campbell beat Limestone on Saturday and Lincoln Memorial on Sunday, as the next pitch is low for ball 1. Campbell's thrown 58 innings this season, given up 59 hits. She has walked 9 and struck out 35. Foul ball off the screen makes it 2-1 to Alexis Burrell, the shortstop, leading things off for the Bulldogs. Kelsey Mafucci, the center fielder, will bat second. Betsy Braswell, the designated player, will bat third. Brittany Loudermilk, the first baseman, will bat cleanup. Change-up, good pitch there, is a strike, and it's now 2-2 on Burrell. Brittany Barano will catch for the Bulldogs today and bat fifth. Jordan Setzer, the left fielder, bats sixth. Haley Whitley, the second baseman, bats seventh. Joya Wortham, the right fielder, bats eighth, and Brittany Owens, the third baseman, bats ninth. Defensively for the Pirates behind Campbell, Ashley Bucket's behind the plate. Brittany Cooley is at third base. Alexis Mercer at short. April Jowers at second. Whitney Galloway at first. And in the outfield from left to right, it's Ashley Schwab, Shelby Duff, and Bailey Temples. Keep the score update since we only have one camera. All right. 3-2 pitch fouled off down the right side by Wingate. Burrell comes into the game .303 average, 2 homers, 13 runs driven in. The 3-2 pitch is low, ball 4. And so Burrell draws a leadoff walk here in the first. And it brings up the center fielder, Kelsey Mafucci. Mafucci, .410 average, second best on the team. Shows bunt and bunts it to third. Cooley will go to second to get the lead runner, and does. So Cooley to Mercer, the shortstop, at second. And that's the first out of the inning. And it brings up Betsy Braswell, the designated player. Braswell, .375 average, fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. Braswell, 2 home runs and 13 runs driven in. And the 0-1 pitch from Campbell is low for a ball, making it 1-1. Braswell, a true freshman from Rocky Mount, North Carolina. 1-1 pitch is a strike on the outside corner, and it's now 1-2. One on, one down. We're in the top of the first. Campbell's pitch is fouled off down the right side, and that's out of play. Wingate's last action came on Thursday. They swept a doubleheader from Pfeiffer. They won both of those games in the 7th inning. 1-0 in the first and 3-2 in the second, as that pitch bounces and gets away from Ashley Bucket. So a wild pitch will move the runner, Mafucci, to second. It's now a 2-2 count on Braswell. Two-two pitch, grounded back to the pitcher. Throw down to first is out, throw to third is out, and it's a double play for the Pirates, 1-3-5 to get out of the inning. And we go to the bottom of the first, Pirates coming to bat. Shelby Duff, April Jowers, and Bailey Temples to face Miranda Paul, the starter for Wingate here in the bottom of the first. Paul making her 21st appearance and 17th start of the year. She has started all but 4 of Wingate's games so far this season. 12-5 record, a 2.10 earned run average. 103 and a third innings pitched. She's given up 103 hits. She has walked 17 and struck out 67. And she starts off Shelby Duff with a pitch inside for ball 1. Duff hits a ground ball to third. Up with it quickly is Owen. She throws over to first, and there's one away. So that'll bring up April Jowers. The All-American second baseman, hitting .625. And she has gotten at least one hit in every inning, or excuse me, every game, not every inning. That would be impressive. Every game. And she bunts this one to third. Throw to first is not in time, and Jowers gets another base hit and extends her hitting streak to 30 games, stretching back to last season. She has had a hit in all 24 games the Pirates have played in this year, and she ended 2010 with 6 hits in 6 straight games. That hitting streak, by the way, betters her own record, which she set in 2010-2011. So Paul will now work against Bailey Temples. Senior right fielder had an outstanding weekend, hit .583 with 3 doubles, 6 runs driven in. Hits this one a mile high in the infield, and on the outfield grass, the shortstop, Alexis Burrell, will make the catch for out number 2. So I'll bring up freshman Alexis Mercer. The Pirates shortstop hitting .313, 4 home runs, which is tied for the team lead, and 21 runs driven in. Pirates as a team have hit 21 team home runs, and Paul delivers a strike to Mercer. Mercer also with 4 doubles and a triple on the year. Runner goes, throw down to second is not in time, and April Jowers has the stolen base. Her 11th steal of the year. So the Pirates have a runner in scoring position, albeit with 2 outs. Mercer fouls off the 1-1 pitch, back out of play, and it's 1-2. Line drive foul down the third base side. Mercer a couple of feet from possibly driving in the first run of the game, but it was just foul. The Rincon native looks in and takes a 1-2 pitch down and away, and it's 2-2. Pop up in very shallow center field. Coming on and making the catch is Kelsey Mafucci, and that puts down the Pirates in the first. Pirates get a hit, but nothing else. We go to the top of the second. No score between Armstrong and Wingate. We move to the top of the second inning. Wingate will send Brittany Loudermilk to the plate. And we're going to have timeout. It looks like there's some players down in Wingate's bullpen, and one of the players is going to have to play protector for the pitcher warming up down there. And a ground ball right back to Campbell, snared by the pitcher. And Loudermilk grounds out 1-3 for the first out of the second. So that brings up Brittany Barano. She takes a pitch low for a ball one. Barano hitting .207 with a home run and 12 runs driven in. 10 walks she has drawn. That leads the Bulldogs. 1-0 pitch, grounded to second. Jowers will flip it to first, and quickly 2 down here in the second. So that brings up Jordan Setzer, the left fielder for Wingate. 163 average with 6 runs driven in. She looks at a strike from Campbell, and it's 0-1. Busy day in Armstrong Athletics today. The Armstrong women's golf team hosting the final day of the women's golf invitational out at Savannah Quarters. Pirates are currently third after the first round of action, trailing UNC Pembroke, who's ranked 10th in the country by 9 strokes. Flagler, who is 23rd in the country, is in second place in that tournament. 16 teams competing over in Pooler in the Women's Invitational. 2-1 pitch from Campbell, popped up, very shallow right field. Coming on and making the catch is April Jowers. She falls down but still maintains possession. And 3 up, 3 down go the Bulldogs in the second. We go to the bottom of the second. 0-0, Pirates and Bulldogs. Whitney Galloway leads off the second inning for the Pirates. She'll be followed by Heather Walker and Brittany Cooley. Armstrong with a hit in the first inning. And the first pitch from Paul to Galloway, the lefty, is on the outside corner, but called a ball, and it's 1-0. These two teams met last year in a doubleheader here at the Armstrong Softball Field. Armstrong took game one of that doubleheader 3-1, Wingate took game one of that doubleheader 3-1, but Armstrong won game two 7-5. 1-1 pitch is a curveball low, and it's now 2-1 on Galloway. Whitney hitting .262 this season. 3 home runs, 16 runs driven in, and a team-high 7 doubles, as there's a strike at the knees from Paul, making it 2-2. 2-2 pitch, lined off the glove of the pitcher over to second, but recovering nicely is Haley Whitley. She makes the throw, so it's the 1-4-3 ground out for the first out of the inning. So that brings up Heather Walker. Senior hitting .306 with 3 homers and 15 runs driven in. She looks at a strike from Paul, and it's 0-1. 0-1 pitch, that's high and outside for a ball. So it's a 1-1 count. One pitch swing and a miss by Walker makes it 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch is outside, bounces up against the backstop. Paul, a freshman from Virginia Beach, Virginia, in her first year with the Bulldogs. 2-2 pitch way high, and it's now 3-2. It's a very young Wingate squad. Head coach Michelle Cadigan has just 3 seniors. This one is hit deep to left, and this one is up against the fence. Walker will have to hold at first. It hit about 3 or 4 feet up the outfield fence, so it's a long single for Walker, and the Pirates have their second hit of the ball game. And with 1 down, it brings up Brittany Cooley. Cooley looks at a strike from Paul. Brittany Cooley hitting .254, 3 homers, 13 runs driven in. 0-1 pitch, big swing and a miss as she chased one outside, and it's 0-2 on Cooley. 0-2 pitch, that's outside for a ball. Big week for the Pirates on the field, as not only will they face Wingate today, but fellow South Atlantic Conference school Tusculum on Thursday. And then the Pirates will travel to Florence, South Carolina for tournament action. The Pirates will play Bloomsburg, Fairmont State, and Queens out of North Carolina at the Patriot Invitational on Saturday and Sunday. 2-2 pitch from Paul to Cooley is grounded foul over towards the Armstrong dugout. Pirates at 19-4 on the season, currently ranked 6th in Division II. It's the highest ranking for the Pirates since the 2002 season. 2-2 pitch stays high, and it's now 3-2 on Cooley. Three-two pitch, swing and a miss, strike three, and Cooley out on strikes. That is Paul's first strikeout of the game, and with two down, it'll bring up the pitcher, Kaylin Campbell. Campbell looks at a pitch inside for a ball. Campbell 3 hits and 22 at-bats with an RBI, and that's a 136 average. 1-0 pitch bounced to short. They'll go to second for the easy out, and the fielder's choice will end the second for the Pirates. We add to the top of the third, no score between Armstrong and Wingate. Move to the top of the third inning here at the Armstrong Softball Field. CeCe Campbell delivers a pitch outside to Haley Whitley, the second baseman. The sophomore from Monroe, North Carolina, hitting .217 with 5 runs driven in this year. She grounds this one to short. Mercer traps it, throws on to first, and there's one away. So that brings up Joya Wortham, one of the seniors on the squad for the Bulldogs this season. Wortham grounds back to the pitcher, Campbell. She'll flip over to first, and there's 2 down. For the third baseman, Brittany Owens. Owens, a freshman from Greenville, North Carolina. 155 average, 9 hits and 58 at-bats with an RBI. She pops this one foul out of play for strike one. No score here in the top of the third. First of 2 today from the Armstrong Softball Field. Gorgeous day, just a little cool for the Savannah area in early March. Wind blowing out to left, but not the gusty winds we've had here the last couple of days. 1-1 pitch from Campbell is low, and it's 2-1. The Armstrong baseball team played in those high winds the last 2 days over at Pirate Field. They took 2 out of 3 from Georgia Southwestern. As there's a tapper to third, Cooley up with it, throws on to first, and 3 up, 3 down. Go the Bulldogs in the third. We head to the top, or the bottom of the third. No score between Armstrong and Wingate. Wingate will lead off the bottom of the third inning for the Pirates. Senior catcher from Snellville, Georgia. Swings and hits a ground ball foul down the third base side. Bucket struggling in her senior season, in the early going at least. 6 hits in 41 at-bats. That's a 146 average, 6 runs batted in. She is a 2-time All-Peach Belt Conference catcher. Grounds this one to third. Owens up with it, throws on to first, and there's one away. So we go back to the top of the Pirate order for Shelby Duff. Duff grounded to third her first time up. Came into today hitting .450. That's second best on the team. She looks at a strike at the belt, and it's 0-1. Next pitch in the dirt for a ball. Shelby with 6 doubles, a couple of home runs, 15 runs driven in, moving into that leadoff spot in the order this year. Hits a fly ball into center field, playable for Mafucci. She makes the grab for out number 2. So that'll bring up April Jowers, who has one of the 2 hits for the Pirates in the game. Picked up a 1-out single and a stolen base in the first inning. Pops this one up, and that'll be caught by the first baseman. Diving and making the catch, Brittany Loudermilk. And that was a tough play because she had Brittany Owens sprinting in to try and make a play on it as well. But 3 up, 3 down go the Pirates in the third. We head to the top of the fourth. No score between Armstrong and Wingate. We move to the top of the fourth inning. Wingate and Armstrong scoreless. Top of the order, Alexis Burrell fouls off the first pitch from C.C. Campbell. Burrell drew a walk from Campbell to lead off the game, but was erased when the Pirates turned a 1-3-5 double play that ended the first inning. 1-1 pitch, foul down the right side, and it's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch from Campbell is grounded to third. Cooley up with it, throws on to first, and there's one away. So with one down, that'll bring up Kelsey Mafucci, center fielder. Reached on a fielder's choice. Takes a strike at the letters from Cooley, and it's 0-1. 0-1 pitch, grounded to second. Jowers will flip it to first, and 2 down. For the designated player, Betsy Braswell. Braswell grounds one to short, and Mercer will keep it from going into the outfield, but it will be an infield hit for Braswell. And so Wingate has a 2-out base runner for Brittany Loudermilk. Loudermilk grounded back to the pitcher her first time up. And the first pitch to her is high for ball 1. Off-speed pitch from Campbell sails low. So it's now a 2-0 count. And she hits one deep to left, and this one is up against the fence. It's in quickly, throw to third is not in time. So Loudermilk doubles to left. Close play at third, but Braswell slides in safely, and back-to-back hits for Wingate. Have runners at second and third for Brittany Barano, the catcher. And looks like the Pirates are going to intentionally walk Barano. Load the bases, put a out at every base. And instead try their luck with Jordan Setzer, the left fielder. So the intentional walk issued, and now Jordan Setzer will bat. She popped up to the second baseman, April Jowers, on a very difficult play as that ball got caught up in the wind. Jowers able to go out on the outfield grass and make the play. And Campbell's first pitch to Setzer is low for a ball. Bases full of Bulldogs, but 2 outs in the inning. Line drive up the middle, that is a base hit. 1 run will score, and Wingate takes a 1-0 lead on the 2-out RBI single by Setzer. And I'll remember all of these hits coming with 2 outs in the inning, as it brings up the second baseman, Haley Whitley. First pitch to her is outside for a ball. Whitley grounded to short her first time up. Ground ball to short. Mercer will underhand it to third base, and that will retire the side, but Wingate strikes first on the RBI single by Setzer. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's 1-0. Wingate. They'll lead things off for the Pirates in the bottom of the fourth inning. Armstrong trailing at 1-0. Miranda Paul now pitching with the lead as Temples pops this one too short. Easy play for Burrell as the first out of the inning. That brings up Alexis Mercer, who flew out to center field her first time up. She pops one to center field. This one drifting, and this one will be caught by Mafucci. A little bit more tasking of a play for Mafucci than the first ball hit by Mercer, but it stays in the park. And there's two down now for Whitney Galloway. Galloway swings and misses at the first pitch from Paul. She grounded into a 1-4-3 ground out on a ball up the middle that hit off of Paul's glove, went right to the second baseman, Whitley. Paul delivers another strike, and she is quickly ahead, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch fouled back to the screen, keeping the count at 1-2 or 0-2. 1 run, 3 hits for Wingate. No runs, 2 hits for the Pirates. The 0-2 pitch way outside, and Galloway lays off of it. Oh, 1-2 pitch again outside. And it's now 2-2. Two-two pitch, pop foul down the left side. That will get out of play. And pitch is low. Galloway lays off of it, and so the count will go full. Galloway decided at the very last minute not to offer at the pitch, and so the count is now full. 3-2 pitch popped up, headed our way, and the wind keeps it in the field, and the catcher, Barano, will make the catch. So 3 up, 3 down go the Pirates for the second straight inning. We head to the top of the fifth, 1-0 Wingate. Chad Jackson back with you here at the Armstrong Softball Field, top of the fifth inning. Joya Wortham leads things off for the Bulldogs with a chopper to second. Jowers throws on to first, and there's one away. So that'll bring up Brittany Owens, the third baseman. Grounded to third her first time up. First pitch is fouled off down the right side for strike one. Campbell, the freshman from Gaston Christian High School, won a state title with Gaston Christian, as there is a one hopper to second off the bat of Owens. Again, April Jowers will flip to first, and it's 2 down. And it brings up Alexis Burrell, the shortstop. 0 for 1 with a walk. First pitch is down and away for a ball. 1-0 Wingate, game one of our doubleheader here today. 1-0 pitch is a strike on the outside corner, and it's 1-1. 1-1 pitch right over the plate for a strike. And it's 1-2. Changeup is fouled at the plate. Burrell chopped it, and it came back up and hit her bat again while she was still in the batter's box, so a foul ball. 1-2 pitch, again fouled off, this time off the screen. One-two changeup hit into left field. Ashley Schwab will have to field it on the bounce, and that is a single for Burrell. Fourth hit of the game for Wingate, and a 2-out single for Mafucci. Mafucci grounds one back to the pitcher Campbell. She'll throw on to first, and that will retire the side. Wingate gets a single, but nothing else. We go to the bottom of the fifth. 1-0 Wingate. That would be a... Heather Walker leads off the bottom of the fifth inning for the Pirates. In a good 1-0 ball game. Tight pitcher's duel between a pair of freshmen battling as Walker hits one deep to left center. This one is carrying, and this one is caught by the left fielder, Jordan Setzer, in the gap. That was a great defensive play by Setzer, robbing a hit. From Walker, and it brings up Brittany Cooley, who looks at a pitch low and in for a ball. Remember, Walker singled off of Paul in the second inning, so she's hit the ball hard twice off of Paul. As Cooley looks at another pitch inside. Brittany struck out against Paul, the only strikeout for either pitcher in the game so far. 2-0 pitch, lined foul down the left side, and it's 2-1. 1 run, 4 hits for Wingate. No runs, 2 hits for the Pirates. The 2-1 delivery from Paul is in the dirt, and it's 3-1. Pirates 19-4. Off to one of the better starts in program history, as evidenced by the number 6 national ranking, and Cooley will draw the 1-out walk. And that'll bring up C.C. Campbell. Campbell reached on a fielder's choice to end the second inning. Trying to help her own cause here, and she hits one into very shallow right field, and that is going to drop for a base hit. Well, I'm sorry, it's going to be a fielder's choice because Cooley had to wait and see if that one would be caught. So after the ball fell, the right fielder, Wortham, able to throw to second to get the fielder's choice. And the second out of the inning. So now Ashley Bucket will bat. She lines one down the left field line, but foul for strike one. So a couple of good defensive plays in the inning for Wingate, as Bucket pops this one up into very shallow left field. And that will end the inning as the catch is made by Jordan Setzer. We're through 5 here at the Armstrong Softball Field. It's 1-0 Wingate. Inning. Betsy Braswell leading off the frame for the Bulldogs. Braswell swings and misses at the changeup by Campbell. And it's 0-1. Braswell 1 for 2. Singled and hits this one into right, but Bailey Temples is right there for the out. That is the first out of the 6th. That's only the second fly ball out recorded by Campbell, as Brittany Loudermilk will bat as a ball gets loose from the bullpen, which actually the pitcher's warming up on the outside of the fence. Not really sure where that pitch went, but time call, but now time back in, and Campbell delivers the first pitch, a strike, to Loudermilk. Oh, 1 pitch, change up, and Loudermilk lays off of it, and it's now 1-1 count on the first baseman for the Bulldogs. Loudermilk doubled to left fielder last time up. She fouls this one off the screen for strike 2. 1-2 pitch swung on and missed, strike 3, and Campbell gets her first strikeout of the game on the changeup. And with 2 down, it brings up the catcher, Brittany Barano. Barano was intentionally walked by the Pirates. And she hits a deep drive to left. This one is going to be up against the fence. Throw to second is not in time. And it's a double for Barano. Second double of the game for Wingate, 5th hit of the contest. And it brings up Setzer, who singled off of Campbell to drive in the game's only run so far. Back in the 4th inning. Campbell starts her off with a strike, and it's 0-1. One changeup, little call to strike, and it's 0-2. So Campbell way ahead of Setzer here, trying to get out of the 6th. The 0-2 pitch. Line to second, and April Jowers will make the grab to end the inning. Seen plenty of good defense on both sides throughout the game today. And we head to the bottom of the 6th. 1-0, Wingate leads. Shelby Duff leads off the bottom of the 6th inning for the Pirates with a check swing strike. Duff 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out. Time's starting to run out on the Pirates. It's the bottom of the 6th, and they trail it by 1. As Paul's next pitch is high for a ball. Paul's been great so far for Wingate, the freshman limiting Armstrong to just 2 hits in the contest. Fastball strike from Paul, and it's now 1-2 on Shelby Duff. All-region outfielder, all-conference outfielder for the Pirates. Was the league's player of the week the first week of the season. 1-2 pitch way outside from Paul makes it 2-2. And the 2-2 delivery from Paul is grounded foul down the third base side. Jammed her with a pitch inside. Did Paul. Armstrong tennis teams are in action today, hosting Georgia Southwestern over at Bacon Park. As Duff looks at a pitch high, and it's now 3-2 on the Pirates center fielder. Armstrong women's and men's tennis both still undefeated on the 2012 season. 3-2 pitch is low, and the Pirates will draw the leadoff walk and put the tying run on for April Jowers. All sorts of options now with Jowers, who is such a great bunter and slap hitter, to try and either advance the runner or get on herself. 1 for 2 in the game. Bunt to third. They'll go to first, and it's in time, so the sacrifice will move Duff into scoring position. And Bailey Temples will now bat. Temples has popped up twice, once to center field and once to shortstop. Paul's first pitch is hit into center. This one is carrying, and this one is off the fence. Rounding third is Duff. She will score. Temples will take third. It is an RBI triple, and the Pirates tie it up. That one stayed up so far and so high that even after it hit the fence, Temples was running all out, and she made it to third and would have beaten any throw had they elected to throw to third. So now Alexis Mercer with the go-ahead run at third and less than 2 outs. Mercer takes a pitch high for a ball. Again, all sorts of options again here for the Pirates as Mercer could try and squeeze that runner home. As the next pitch is low for a ball, and it's now 2-0. Bailey Temples on at third. The 2-0 pitch to Mercer is grounded foul for strike one. That is Temple's fourth triple of the year. She came in with just 2 career triples in her first 3 years as a Pirate. And truly none bigger than that as it ties this game up at 1-all. 2-1 pitch is inside, and it's now 3-1 on Mercer. So Mercer should get a pretty good pitch to hit here. 3-1 pitch lined foul down the third base side, just foul by about a foot. So the payoff pitch coming from Paul to Mercer, and it's popped up in the infield. Burrell will make the catch, and that is the second out of the inning, and a big out for Paul and the Bulldogs. As now it will take a 2-out hit from Whitney Galloway if the Pirates want to take the lead here in the 6th. Galloway looks at a pitch right over the plate for strike one. Galloway fouled out her last time up. Grounds this one into right field. That is a base hit as Galloway will beat the throw from the right fielder, Wortham, and a clutch 2-out single gives the Pirates their first lead of the game. It is 2-1. So now Heather Walker pops one up into right. That's going to fall for a base hit. Heading to third is Galloway, and she will make it safely. So back-to-back singles by Galloway and Walker. And Brittany Cooley will now bat. And I believe we're going to have a pinch runner for the Pirates at third base and at first base. So Bethany Wilkie is going to come in and run at third base. we're going to switch out, I believe, the default Ashley Schwab, where she's going to run at first base for Heather Walker. Since Heather Walker is the designated player, that gives the Pirates a little more flexibility here, substitution-wise. So this gives the Pirates some options here with good speed on the base pass. Pirates could try and run a first and third play and maybe steal a run, or obviously Cooley will have the RBI opportunity here. The runner goes, and they will just concede. They'll run her back, and now we'll head Ashley Schwab back to first, and Wingate unsure how to work that play. And we've seen that play work a couple of times this year for the Pirates, able to steal a run. And it looks like we're actually going to have a pinch hitter for Cooley, as Lauren Wilcox, I believe, is going to bat here. Bridget Devlin is going to pinch hit. So the freshman catcher who had a couple of big hits this weekend. Devlin had a home run and a double and drove in 4 for the Pirates in the win over Lincoln Memorial. The freshman from Brooklet, Georgia, on the season hitting .222, 2 home runs, 7 runs driven in. She does inherit an 0-1 count, however. And now a discussion between the home plate umpire and Ted Evans, the head coach for the Pirates, to get the lineup straight. Pirates have had several substitutions in the inning trying to get another run. It is a 2-1 Armstrong lead. We're in the bottom of the 6th, and there are 2 outs in the inning. But obviously the Pirates not satisfied with just the 1-run lead. They want to try and add 1 or maybe 2 more here. So the discussion continues now about the previous play, not a discussion about the lineup now. Again, the situation is that in college softball there is no concept of a baseline. You're free to run pretty much after the pitcher is released anywhere between first and second. Obviously, you can't pull the old schoolboy play of cutting in front of second base. But the Pirates with 2 runs in the inning, and again looking for more. And now we're going to have a discussion between the umpires. Again, the situation, runners at the corners, 2 outs, 2 runs in. Ashley Schwab is at first base, and Bethany Wilkie is at third. Bridget Devlin is the pinch hitter, batting for Cooley. So now play will resume, and Devlin will bat. And it's a 1-strike count on the pinch hitter Devlin. Paul delivers the pitch, and it's lined into left field. That's a base hit. So Bridget Devlin comes up with a pinch hit RBI single, and it's now 3-1 Armstrong.
Now batting for the Pirates, the pitcher, number 20, Caitlin Campbell.
And now the Pirates will bring another pinch hitter in. And it should be Lauren Wilcox. I don't really think the Pirates have many hitters left on the roster, except for Celia Blome possibly. And it will be Lauren Wilcox. So Wilcox will pinch hit for Campbell.
Who's hitting for the Pirates, number 20.
Wilcox 2 for 8 this season with an RBI. She hits with runners at first and second, still 2 outs. She hits one foul down the left side for strike 1. Three of the 4 runs scored in the game today have come with 2 outs, so clutch hitting on both sides, with the Pirates picking up 2 here in the 6th as Wilcox fouls that one out of play with 2 outs. The Temple's RBI triple came with 1 out, but Setzer's single for Wingate came with 2 outs, and then you have the hits, RBIs by Galloway and by Devlin, and called strike 3 will send Wilcox back to the dugout. But the Pirates played 3 in the 6th. We head to the top of the 7th. It's 3-1 Armstrong.
Flexible.
Whoever, yeah. Chad Jackson back with you here at the Armstrong Softball Field. It is the top of the 7th. And for Wingate, Haley Whitley will lead things off. She lines one up the middle, and that is a base hit. So the leadoff runner gets on for Wingate. And it brings up the right fielder, Joya Wortham, who was 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs. Pirates have already turned one double play today. Would love to have another as Campbell delivers a strike, and it's 0-1. Six hits now for both teams as Wortham swings and misses at the changeup, and it's now 0-2. One run for the Bulldogs scored in the fourth, 3 runs for the Pirates scored in the sixth. And the pitch is down and away, making it 1-2. One-two changeup, swung on and missed, strike 3. And that is the first out of the inning. So that'll bring up Brittany Owens, who is 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs. Campbell's first pitch is low for a ball, and it gets out, or pops out of the glove of Bucket. The pass ball will move Whitley over to second. That's important because it takes away the double play opportunity and also puts Whitley in scoring position. 1-0 pitch is a little high, and it's 2-0. Pitch fouled off back to the screen, and it's 2-1. Two-one pitch swung on and missed on the pitch in the dirt, and the count is now 2-2. Two-two pitch chopped to first. Galloway looks at the runner and will tag the batter, but moving to third on the play is Whitley. But Wingate is down to its final out as the shortstop Alexis Burrell comes to the plate. Campbell's first pitch is a strike, and it's 0-1. Burrell is 1 for 2 with a walk, a single, and a ground out. Oh, 1 changeup is a little low, and it's 1-1. One pitch, line to first, and Whitney Galloway will make the catch and end the ball game as the Pirates take game 1 of our doubleheader 3-1. CeCe Campbell is your winner. She improves to 10-2 on the season. Miranda Paul takes the loss for Wingate. She is 12-6, and we'll step away for about 25 minutes and come back with game number 2 between the Pirates and the Bulldogs.